Hi, this is Kathy from Gadget Stop 321, and in today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lochby Pocket Notebook. When I first saw this notebook, I was so excited about it. It's waxed canvas. This is the brown version. It looks a little bit green. It has a little bit of a green tint to it, but this is the brown with the yellow interior, and I just like the look of this. I like pocket notebooks and pocket pens, and what kept me from getting one was just the price. At $44, it's a bit on the pricey side for a pocket notebook, and I already have a traveler's notebook in the passport size, so I held off on getting one. But in January of this past year, I noticed on Amazon that there was a 40% off coupon. You had to click on it for it to apply the coupon, but that was a price I couldn't pass up. And then I noticed a few days later there was a 50% off coupon on it. Right now, there's a 15% coupon, so that's something to keep an eye on Amazon. Now, I have Amazon Prime, so I don't know if that affects what coupons are available to you, but that's definitely something to keep an eye out for. One of the things that always intrigued me about this notebook was the little pocket on the inside cover here. I always thought that would be perfect for a Lilliput, a Kaweco Lilliput. And I looked at the measurements of the notebook and I thought, I know it's going to fit. I've seen a couple reviewers or a few reviewers test the Lilliput in this little pocket and they said, no, it doesn't fit. But they had the notebook that comes with it plus another notebook in here, and I thought, well, with two notebooks, sure it doesn't fit, but maybe if you just have one notebook. So that's the first thing I did when mine came in. It's a nice snug fit, but no. If you could force that closed, but that's going to break the spine of your notebook. So no, they were right. It doesn't fit. So I tried it on the outside cover, the little pin loop, and wow, you hear people talking about this being tight. It is very tight, but I tried it. Let me put the clip. It is a tight fit, and that fits nicely, but I noticed as I took my pen in and out, these threads that are used for posting the cap, let me get this to focus, are a little bit on the sharp side, not noticeable in using the pen, but if you feel the threads going this way, there is a little bit of a sharpness to it. And I don't know if you can see it, but canvas was getting caught in those threads, and I thought over time that might wear a hole in this canvas. So I started trying other pens. Now, one of the pens I tried was a Parker Jotter. That's a nice tight fit. Not going to have to worry about it falling out. Now, until you've taken the pen in and out a couple times, it is tight and might be a little bit difficult to pull out, but the pen tip down here tapers and you don't see it poking into the canvas. That's something I've had to watch for with other pens, but that's a nice fit. My machine era markup that has kind of like the Lilliput, has a threaded cap. Is a nice fit, and it's nice and rounded, so I'm not worried about it wearing out the canvas. I've also got a machine era field pen twist. I've got a new refill in it. That fits nicely. I really like that. And you've got a lot out here, and it's got enough pen to get a good hold of it. And a pen that I've used a lot with this notebook is my Modern Fuel. Oh, what do they call this? The little fidgety thing. Bolt action. Okay, my bolt action copper pen fits nicely. I like that. And it pokes into the canvas a little bit, but it might hold up over time. And finally, a while back, Bastion sent me their bolt action. I think this is a titanium pen, and it's the full size one. And I thought, there's no way this one will fit. But it does, and I carried this one for a while. I was kind of worried about, I wasn't really worried about it, but I thought it would stretch this little pocket out. But, and I'm telling you, I carried this for several weeks. When you take the pen out, it just goes back to its original size. And I used each of these pens a little bit. I used this one and the Modern Fuel pen quite a bit, and I would just throw this whole setup in my purse and take it to school with me. But when I got my copper Lilliput, I was really wanting to use it. And I discovered that, now I had a notebook in here, and I'm going to show that in a minute. But I discovered, well, I'll go ahead and put the notebook in here like I carry it. I haven't used the notebook that came with it. It's got dot grid Tomoe River paper, and it's the heavier Tomoe River, the 68 GSM. But it just slides in the back cover here. And I found that I could throw my Lilliput in, zip it up. The Lilliput doesn't shake around. It holds it nice and tight. One of the complaints about this journal is that everything is so tight. People tend to mention that they want a little more room in the pen pouch or even inside. But for my use, that works out nicely because it holds my stuff in place. Now, the only issue I've had with this setup is I have to be careful when I open it up because my pen can go flying. And I was using it at school one day and I dropped it on the hard tile floor. And this copper pen, no dings, no dents, but it did, spray a little ink out into the cap. But that's my preferred way to carry it. And so I really like that, other than the pen sliding around, having to be extra careful. So, like I said, I haven't been using this notebook. I carry it in the back for a spare. I prefer little moleskin, the little Kahir notebooks. I like grid paper, and I find that this grid paper, the ink dries quicker than it does on Tomoe River paper. But even so, I went ahead and cut out of just some junky, unfountain pen friendly paper, cut out a page size sheet, rounded off the corners, and that's my blotter paper when I get done writing. That's my bookmark and my blotter paper. And I made a little pin loop here. It's a pin loop for just the clip. I had some paper left over. Let me get this in here real quick. I had some paper left over from trimming down a notebook, and from a fellow YouTuber, I learned how to use bookbinding glue to make little notepads. And this is a nice size for using as a bookmark or a lot of times I just keep this on my desk. I'll use a little sheet of this if I'm needing to scribble to get a pen going or to test a pen. So I just took one of these sheets, ripped it off, and just experimented a little with some washi tape and folding this and taping it so that it's nice and secure. My washi tape is coming a little bit loose. And what I do, I'll just hold this to keep it secure so it doesn't rip my little paper off. Now, I can open it, don't have to worry about my pen going flying. And I enjoy this little setup. A lot of times, if I carry this with me somewhere, I just toss it in my purse. I've even heard of people using this. It may not look like it's the proper proportions, but this works as a checkbook holder, though people are telling me quite a bit here recently who uses checks anymore. But if you have a checkbook, this works nicely for that. You can fit some credit cards and a driver's license in here if you want to put a little cash in one of the pockets, some paper bills. Right now, I'm just using it for, oh, and I've got some sticky notes in here, for keeping track of some notes of little bushcrafty stuff I'm doing with my new knife. And I've done some pen tests with other fountain pens. Now, these have all been fine nib and extra fine nib pens, and I went back and looked in some of my older Kahir notebooks, Moleskine notebooks, and I've had really good luck with these. Now, my full-size Moleskine hardback notebook, it just has, it's horrible. It's horrible paper for fountain pens. It works great for some of my thin gel pens or pencils, but it's not fountain pen friendly at all. But I've heard other people say they got a Moleskine notebook that did work really great, one of the bigger notebooks. So the paper is really inconsistent. So I don't know if all of these little grid paper Kahirs are good or if they're also inconsistent. But all of the ones I've tried have been really good. So this is just a fun little notebook. I like the zipper. It's a nice, good quality zipper. It's quick to open. I go back and forth between this for carrying a pocket notebook and my traveler's notebook. My traveler's notebook, both of these will fit in my back pocket. They're both a little bit on the bulky side. This one's quite a bit taller. I prefer to carry them in my purse. This one, everything's open. I like how I have it set up, but I do have some stuff that's a bit loose. These Apico notebooks work really great. I just have a little pocket pencil here, just fit in there, that holds in there by friction, and my little zipper pouch. This is I forget the name of the brand. It's not the Traveler's Notebook. It's I don't want to say off-brand because I don't even know if it's an off-brand, but it's not the Traveler's Notebook pouch. The Traveler's Notebook pouch, I think, is a bit softer. Some people don't like that scratchy, not floppy. It's not really floppy. It's got a little stiffness to it. I like it. I think it feels sturdy. But I've got a little multi-tool card that I keep in there. You can keep some money in there. Let's see, it's got an open pocket and a pocket with a flap. What else do I have? Oh, in here I've got a little flat eraser. Yeah, and that's it. But see, when you open it up, if you're not careful, stuff will start falling out. So sometimes I like this one, but overall, I kind of think I prefer this one because it's easier to carry my Lilliput in it. I feel more secure with the Lilliput held in here like that. All right. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel.